He conquered Gaul. He defied the Senate. He changed the course of history. But before all that, Julius Caesar was just a young Roman noble, hungry for glory. His journey would begin not with triumph, but with danger, exile, and ruthless ambition. Welcome to History Unfolded, where history comes to life. In this episode, we follow the extraordinary life of Julius Caesar. From hunted youth to unrivaled power, and finally, betrayal on the Ides of March. Gaius Julius Caesar was born in 100 BCE into the patrician Julii family, ancient, noble, and proud. But nobility offered no protection in a Rome torn apart by civil war. His uncle, Gaius Marius, had once been the champion of the common people. But when the ruthless general Sulla seized control of the Republic, Marius's supporters became enemies of the state. Caesar's family name, Julii, was now tainted. And things grew worse when he married Cornelia, the daughter of one of Sulla's most hated political foes. Sulla, now dictator of Rome, issued a demand. Caesar must divorce Cornelia or face execution. Caesar refused. Even as a teenager, he would not be commanded. That single act of defiance forced him into hiding, fleeing Rome to avoid Sulla's death squads. He wandered through the countryside, taking shelter with allies, soldiers, and strangers. Disease struck him, bandits stalked him, and spies hunted him. But Caesar survived. In the end, it was not mercy, but exhaustion that saved him. Sulla, overwhelmed with enemies, reluctantly spared the boy with a warning. In this Caesar, there are many Mariuses. Even Sulla saw it. Caesar was no ordinary youth. He had the ambition of a tyrant and the daring of a rebel. Julius Caesar was now a rising political star, but power in Rome could only take you so far. To secure his place in history, Caesar turned his eyes to the untamed lands beyond the Alps, Gaul. What followed was one of the most brutal and brilliant military campaigns in Roman history. He didn't just conquer tribes, he turned soldiers into legends. Under his command, the 10th Legion became unstoppable. Caesar crossed rivers, scaled mountains, and laid siege to fortified strongholds. But it wasn't just force that won Gaul. It was strategy. He built alliances, outmaneuvered rivals, and even wrote dispatches back to Rome, shaping his legacy in real time. By the end of the Gallic Wars, Caesar had subdued an entire region and won the undying loyalty of his troops. With Gaul subdued, Caesar stood at the edge of an impossible decision. The Senate, threatened by his power, ordered him to disband his army. To cross the Rubicon River with legions at his back would be treason. But Caesar saw another path, through defiance. In the pale light of dawn, he crossed. There was no going back. Panic swept the Senate. Pompey fled the city. Caesar, once the young rebel, was now master of Rome's fate. And he wasn't done yet. Caesar returned to Rome not just a victor, but a visionary. He reshaped the Republic, redistributing land, reforming debt, and even adjusting the calendar. But ambition breeds enemies, and whispers of king stirred the Senate's darkest fears. On the Ides of March, Caesar walked into the Senate unguarded and into history. Caesar was gone, but his shadow loomed large. Rome plunged into chaos, until one name rose from the ashes: Octavian. He was Caesar's heir, and he would finish what his uncle began. The Republic fell, the Empire rose, and Julius Caesar became not just a man, but a symbol. He came, he saw, he changed the world. Julius Caesar's story didn't end with a dagger. It echoed through time, reshaping Rome and rewriting power itself. And though centuries have passed, his name still commands awe. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe to History Unfolded. And stay tuned for more legends brought to life.